Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. So today's video is going to be on some of the best Black Friday deals or holiday deals on e-bikes that you can currently get. Now, as of me filming this live stream, these are the current prices. Things may change daily. They may update their prices or end of sales or anything like that. But as of today, we're going to go over the price of some of these bikes. Now, this is by no means a video on which bike's the best or which bike is the best quality. I have some bikes that are better than these that are significantly more money, but this is basically a video on which is the best sell and basically, in my opinion, the best bang for your buck and what you get for the current sale. So if you guys can leave me a comment, let me know if you guys can hear me good, and we will get into some of the deals. We're going to go over some of the bikes. If you guys have any questions on any of these, let me know. I do want to disclose right off the bat that if you use any of the links down below in the description, I will make a small commission at no extra cost to you, but that's what helps this channel grow, helps me with getting equipment and stuff for filming these things. So just keep that in mind. If you do use the links, there will be links down below for every one of these bikes. If I have a coupon code for them, I will mention that down, and they will also be down in the description. And then after these sales are done, I'm going to update in the description the coupon codes and the sell prices, because some of my codes, like for the Heybike, for example, the code does not work during their Black Friday sale, but it will work after. So I'll put all that information down below in the description if you guys are interested. Hey, thanks, Lone Star. Appreciate the confirmation of hearing me. Hey, what's up, Peter? Thanks for joining in again. Awesome to see you. Event and Adventure. Hey, Brian, like I said, this isn't a video on which bikes are the best. Yes, the Event is a very nice bike and very good quality. However, there's not a huge sale on them right now, and I feel like you get a little bit more bang for your buck with something like the Magicycle. So if there was a big sale on that, that would have been in here too. Like I said, I'm probably going to do another live stream in the future of maybe my top 5 e-bikes of the year for which ones I like the most and what features suit me the most. But like I said, I got more bikes that are better than some of these, but their prices range from $1,599 up to $2,000. This is basically going to be in the price range of $899 up to $1,399, and that's the sell prices that are current. And also, these are the bikes that I've tested over the past year, so I'm familiar with them. I've had experience with them. Now, there may be better deals out there on some other brands, and if you guys know, feel free to put them down below in the comments what some other deals are. Maybe it'll help someone else out and that's looking for an e-bike to get a great deal, because I'm just trying to get everybody out there that wants an e-bike, trying to give them the information. That's what I do in my videos, trying to give them real world testing so that they can see what the bikes are all about, how they perform. And if you guys want to see anything in detail on any of these bikes, I already have really detailed videos of basically each bike. I mean, everything going up hills, speed test, hill tests, all the features. So make sure you check out those videos individually after this live stream if you were considering purchasing one of these, so you'll know if the bike's right for you and have some of the features that you need. So with that being said, I realized the other day when I was talking to a guy at work that he was asking me about e-bikes and stuff, and he didn't even know I had a YouTube channel, and I was really surprised that he didn't know too much about how e-bikes worked and stuff. So I might even put a video about the basics of an e-bike, what you should be looking for in an e-bike when you're purchasing one, because I mean, he didn't even know that they were like regular bikes that have a motor. He like I said, he knew nothing about it. So if you guys want to see a video like that, I'm assuming if you're here, you already know a lot about e-bikes and how they work, but I guess just me being around them so long, I didn't realize people didn't know the basics to them. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me look at the questions here real quick. Hello, son, I see my Heybike. John, thanks for joining in. That's my father-in-law. Yeah, he likes that. That bike, Electric keeps giving buyers the most for their money, especially with the free goodies. I agree, Peter. It's a great deal. That's why it's in this video. If you guys seen my last live stream that I posted a few days ago about the baskets and racks, if you want to know anything about those on the Electric, make sure you guys check that out. Love my Adventure. Yeah, the Event Adventure is a great bike. So, all right, let's get into it, guys. So, we're going to go over each bike individually. Like I said, not super detailed because my review videos will do that for you, but just some of the current sales. So the first one, we're going to go from the most expensive to the least expensive, and just a few of the quick features, the main features of the bikes. So the first one is going to be the Magicycle. Now this is the most expensive out of this bunch of bikes here, out of these 5 bikes. And when I first got this bike, I was really excited. It was a great price point. That's why I hurried up and put the first video out. This, for what you get, if you're looking for this kind of bike with 26-inch fat tires, it's a bigger bike that doesn't fold. Really nice, and just a nice bike overall. It has, some of the main features is it has a 52-volt battery instead of a 48-volt like a lot of my other bikes, and it has a 750-watt motor. Some of these other ones have a 750-watt motor as well, but with the 52-volt battery, you maintain a higher torque basically, and over the course of your ride, because you have more voltage in that battery for the whole cycle of the battery versus a 48-volt, so you're giving more power to the motor consistently. But I mean, this thing has a lot of nice features. It does not come with this front rack when you get it. This is an additional, I think 80 or 90 bucks or something like that. You could look it up on their website with the link below. But only other addition I have to this bike, the way it sits, is the Redshift seat post. And I'm not sure if I didn't put a link for this, but I'm not sure if they had a sale on here for, I think it was like $175 or $185 or something like that. It was a pretty good discount rate on their website directly if you guys are interested in one of those. But it's a great seat post. I've been trying it out the past few months. But this is a really good bike for what you get. This company has come out recently, and they've been really pushing hard to get their name out there and things like that. Now, this bike is $1,399 with my coupon code. Their Black Friday deal is, I believe it's $1,449 if you use their code on their website when you go to their website. And then if you spend $2,000, you get $200 off. Or if you buy 2 bikes, I believe you get, I think it's like, I don't know, I can't remember. It's on their website. But anyway, my coupon code that they gave me is better than their Black Friday deal. So that's down below in the description. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. And they did confirm with me that if you get their Black Friday deal, which is now till, I'm not sure when it ends, but if you order a bike with my code will work. Not with the Black Friday deal, but instead of the Black Friday deal, my code will work. And you will also get 1 free waterproof pannier bag. I believe it's like a yellow bag that goes on the back side here. And you get 1 free Christmas lucky bag. Now, I don't know what's in that lucky bag. They don't say yet. I don't know. I think they're still trying to put together a package for that. But it could be some other additional accessories. Maybe some of the accessories they included when I got this bike originally, which was a hat and a bike alarm and a few other things. I think there might have been a lock in there, if I can remember correctly. I could be wrong on that one, but anyway, I don't know what exactly is going to be in that bag. All I know is it's going to be a good deal, because it's a good deal in its own just for the bike. If you compare this to, I mean, it looks really similar to like a Hemingway. I don't have a Hemingway to compare the bike to, but Hemingways are only 48 volts. This is 52. But the frame design looks really similar, and it's been a great bike. And to be honest, this is the most powerful bike that I have. Like I said, if you watch my video, my review video, it shows that. But I believe out of all the bikes that I have tested in the past year, that this one seems like it has the most power. So I'm not going to talk too long about each one of these right off the bat, but if you guys have any questions, either during the video or after, I'll bring them all back in, and we will try to answer any of those questions. So let's get that one out of the way. The next one we're going to look at is going to be the Heybike Mars. This has been a really great bike for me. Very, very, very comfortable bike. Let's move this one back in here. So this bike is not a super fast bike. The max speed on this bike is only 20 miles per hour. And like I said, guys, make sure you guys check out any of my, try to get a little closer here for you. Make sure you guys check out my actual full review videos before you even purchase one of these, even if you were considering it, because hopefully it will help you learn exactly what these bikes can do. But this bike has been a really nice bike. Comes with the suspension seat post, front suspension, which is really smooth, 4-inch fat tires, which helps smooth the ride out as well. Folding bike, nice and small when it's folded. But what's nice about this is it has a 12.5 amp hour battery, so it does give you a pretty decent range out of it. And I think I showed that in my review video. I did a range test with it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was one of my videos. I've made so many videos recently, guys. Sometimes I forget half of them. But this has been a really good deal. And I don't have a coupon code for this bike, but the current sale on it, you can get it for $949, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion. If you don't need that higher speed, which 20 miles per hour is the legal limit in everywhere pretty much in the United States. That's if you don't have any other local laws. Make sure you guys check out the laws of your area. Of course, on e-bikes, you don't want to break any laws, but for the most part, 20 miles per hour is the legal limit anyway, so that's what this bike can do. I do have a new video coming out. It's either going to be live tomorrow or maybe Monday on the Heybike Ranger. Sorry guys, that's the step-through version, their upgraded version of this, which is a step-through. It does do 24 miles per hour, so it is a little bit faster and has some other cool features. So make sure you guys stick around and check that out. That bike is more money. I believe right now it's like, I think $1,250. You'd have to go on their site and look. The link's down below. But right now with the sale price, you can get this bike for $949. It has a 48-volt battery and a 500-watt motor. Like I said, there's no sale price. You don't get any additional goodies, I don't think. I looked right before doing this video. But you do get, like I said, you get the included suspension seat post and things like that. So no additional accessories or goodies with this bike. But in my opinion, it has been a good bike and it's been a good deal. One thing I do want to mention about this bike and the way it works, though, if you guys watch my initial video, the way the throttle works on this bike is that it only works when you're in pedal assist 0. And for you, those of you that don't know, you usually have different levels of pedal assist. And usually 0 is like pedaling a regular bicycle. There's no assistance from the motor. And then when you bump it up into 1, it'll go a certain miles per hour automatically as soon as you start pedaling, or you can use the throttle usually. However, on this bike, the throttle only works when you're in pedal assist 0, which is okay in my opinion. I mean, it's some people like it that way. Some people like it when the throttle works in the PAS levels. But on their newer shipments, they supposedly have changed the throttle, so the throttle does not work when it's in pedal assist 0, but it does work when it's in the different PAS levels, and you could change it for 3, 5, 7, 9 different PAS levels. So just something to keep in mind, that's the only difference in my review video than how they are shipping now. So let's get this bike out of the way for a minute so we can make some room for the next one. And the next one we're going to look at is the same price of the Heybike Mars. And I'm sure a lot of you know what this one is. This has been a very popular bike over the past 2 years with them selling over 100,000 bikes. Just recently I seen that, which is amazing. That's crazy. The e-bike industry has really taken off over the past 2 years, and I think this company has a lot to do with why the price of some bikes came down, because they were the first one to come out with a very reasonable bike at $899 originally for their first version. And then when they went up to this version with the front suspension and the 3-inch fat tires, well, they're not really fat tires, but they're not skinny either. Anyway, this is their new model. Like I said, check out my full review video to see in detail about this bike. Now, the only downfall to the electric, in my opinion, is that the battery is a little bit smaller compared to a lot of my other bikes. Now, with that being said, you still get a lot of range out of this battery, but if you're in a hilly area like my area, you might only get about maybe 18 miles, 20 miles. On the bike trail, out of their older 10.4 version battery, I did a range test on the bike trail on level ground and got like, I think it was 30 some miles. You guys could check out that video. It was a pretty good video. But this is one of the smaller capacity batteries compared to almost every other bike that I have. So just one thing to keep in mind, but this is a great deal for their normal selling price of $999 in my opinion. And another thing I want to tell you is that every bike that I'm talking about here, I believe they have free shipping. So you don't have to pay any additional fee for shipping on any of these. But in my opinion, this is a really good deal. It's been a really good bike, and they have excellent customer service, in my opinion, with my previous experience. You can go on the Facebook forums and see they have tons of followers on there, really good community that if you guys have questions or problems, that's one really nice thing about them and about this bike. It's not their forum, it's just a forum that someone else created. I was very active in it and still am, but really good bike, guys. It folds up. This is the step-through version. They do have a regular version, and I think on their website it said it ships within 3 weeks for the step-through, and I think within 1 week for the original version. And what you get with this bike is, like I said, a 9.6 amp hour, 48 volt battery, 500 watt motor in this bike. And what you get with their Black Friday deal is you get a comfort package, which is the suspension seat post, the bigger seat. You get the bike lock, which I don't have on me right now. It's in a tote over there. And you get the premium headlight. Now, you don't get the front rack. This is in addition. This is their cargo package that they sell. It comes with this and 2 baskets. Like I said, if you want to see more about that, check out my live stream I did the other day. But in my opinion, this is one of the best deals of 2021 on bikes with the extra features that you get. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get on to the next one here. We'll pull that one back in a little bit. And this one has been, can you still see the back of that bike, babe? And move it a little bit further. Any questions yet? So let me check out these questions real quick, guys. Let me pull this one up here. Sorry if I haven't gotten to the questions yet, guys. So yeah, if any of you guys have purchased any of these, please feel free to comment down below. Let us know your experiences on these bikes, because like I said, I try to relay as much accurate information as I can about these bikes, showing you guys real world testing in my videos and in my reviews. I mean, that's what I want to see when I purchase a bike, and that's just the type of information I like to put out there. So if you guys have any real world experience with them, make sure you guys let us know about any of your experiences with these bikes just to help others out. Put it down in the comments, guys. And another thing I wanted to mention at the beginning, but I forgot, is I'm not being paid or sponsored by any one of these companies to make this video. And in any of my videos, if you guys have followed me long enough, you know that I never take money from a company for a video that I make, and I never let them review my videos before I publish them. So if they feel they have a good bike, they send it, I review it, and like I said, I never let them have the opportunity to preview my videos basically before they're published. Some of them I've done, companies didn't like, but hey, it is what it is. That's the only thing that's going to make these companies produce better bikes. So I tell it like it is. So let's look at a few comments real quick. I would prefer full throttle control on any PAS level. Yeah, yeah, some bikes limit it to whatever PAS level you're in, the throttle's limited. Some bikes give you full throttle throughout any PAS level, like the electric, which is really nice. Not sure how to say this dude's name, but I don't want to butcher it. But he says, thanks for doing this. Been considering Magicycle due to the good value they offer. However, wanted your opinion on how these fat tire bikes for a daily commute. The Magicycle is a great bike. The only problem and it hasn't even really been a problem, but the only thing that I wish they would upgrade in the future would be the brakes. They are a little bit noisy. If you get them adjusted right, they're not too bad. In my opinion, I'd like to see a set of hydraulic brakes on them. That is going to increase the price, I'm sure, but I would pay a little bit more money for something that had hydraulic brakes than when I first got the bike, I thought they were going to be awesome because they're like a dual piston design where both sides squeeze in like a hydraulic caliper instead of one side. When you have mechanical disc brakes, normally only one side squeezes in, the other side is stationary. So I was excited to try them out, but like I said, they just seem a little bit lacking, in my opinion. And I might put a set of hydraulic calipers on there like I did with my original electric bike. If you guys want to see that, let me know. That might be something I do. I might purchase another set of them and throw them on there just to see how that does. And it maybe if I change the brake pads, it might even help. I'm not quite sure what type of compound they use in their brake pads, but maybe that's a reason. Still waiting on a cell for the cargo package. Yeah, I'm not sure if they have any cells on those or not. Took me 2 months to get my cargo package and finally got it. That's awesome, Deanna. Wow, somebody bought the electric 2.0 step through on Black Friday and got it 8 days later. That's awesome. 6'4", 330, and it hauled me right up 20 miles per hour. Babe, where's the other mic? Okay. Sorry guys, my wife's on the phone. I wanted to make sure her mic wasn't on. No throttle control on PAS 0 on the electric, however. Yeah, that's right. There is no throttle on 0. That is a nice feature to have. However, I noticed on the electric 2.0 that I got, there is a way that you can go in the settings, and I did mention it during my review video, that you can go in and turn the PAS off. The only bad thing is it's a little bit cumbersome because you have to go through the menu. You could turn the PAS off, and then it's like you have throttle in PAS 0, but then you don't have any pedal assist levels. So it is a workaround and will be nice for certain people that want that feature. But if on my new bike that I just received recently from Electric Bike Company, what's awesome about that, and that review will be out in a few weeks, what's awesome about that is the throttle does not work in pedal assist 0, but whenever you're in a pedal assist level and you hold the down button down where you control your PAS levels, it actually turns the pedal assist off and you still have full access to the throttle. So that's one really cool feature that none of my other bikes have. So make sure you guys are subscribed to check out more on that video. Maybe some of these other companies can program that in on future models on their bikes. That'd be really cool to see. Now on the Ariel Rider Ride Deal on mine, it's a little bit different because this was basically a pre-production model. But 2 friends of mine have actually ordered this bike. One ordered it before I got mine, and another one ordered theirs after riding mine. And the throttle on those bikes work from PAS 0 all the way through the PAS levels, and it actually has a switch on the throttle to shut the throttle off when you need it, which is really nice. So I really like the way the throttle works on the Ride Deal. On my bike, I didn't have a pedal assist 0 mode, but on the production models, they do. But this has been a great bike. That's why it's in this lineup today. For the quality of this bike, you get a 750 watt motor, you get a 14 amp hour battery, and right now this is the lowest price that I've ever seen this bike, which I'm even surprised at $899, because they gave me a coupon code originally when I reviewed this bike for all of you to save 50 bucks, and that coupon didn't even work on this bike. And they said it was because the bike was at such a low price point that's why the coupon wasn't able to work on this bike. So I was really surprised to see them put this bike on sale for $899, which is $100 less than their original price, and it's a great deal. Now, it does not come with this rear rack, and it does not come with the front basket. These are really nice racks and baskets, guys. They're aluminum. They're very lightweight. I believe the back rack is back ordered. I think they do still have the front ones, but I really like these racks a lot. Sometimes I'll throw my camera bag up in the front, and I always carry my Rock Bros bag on the back. If you guys seen any of my videos, I'm always using that bag just for camera gear, tools, pumps, cordless tire pump, and things like that when I go on my long rides. So very nice quality bike here with the Ariel rider. I don't think it's gotten as much attention as it should. If you guys are looking for like a regular style road bike, but a very good quality, very nice bike that's very reasonably priced, then this would be it. Now, another difference, well, if you guys watch my review video, I recommend watching my second video I made of my friend's bike. He bought the blue one, and it shows you some of the differences between mine and the actual production model, which is his. And the speeds are a little bit different. The front forks are a little bit different. The way they look and where they mounted the water bottle holder and things like that on his bike were different. But this is their mid-step version. For anybody that's not really tall, I recommend getting this version. I'm 5'8", and you guys can see here that, you know, it's not a step through, but it's good size for me, and I'm 5'8", so I recommend this mid-step. A lot of people that have gotten their regular version felt that it was too big for them, but in my opinion, this is a really good deal right now for the $899. I believe this is only going to last for maybe, I thought I seen online, or maybe that was for the suspension seat post. I thought it said a few more days. I could be wrong, but like I said, during me filming this video, I checked the prices, and that's what it is currently at. And like I said, I think I mentioned this has the 48 volt, 14 amp hour battery and 750 watt motor. And this bike does seem to have very good power. So let's get on to the last bike, and then we'll pull them all in here, go over the questions, and see if you guys have any more questions. Now this bike, I have mixed feelings about. It's a nice bike, and for the price point, you can't go wrong. However, in my review video, I feel like this is rated as a 750 watt motor, and in my review video, it might be just the way they have it programmed, the controller, but I didn't feel like it was any more powerful than my 500 watt bikes. In fact, I felt like it was a little bit less powerful than my electric. So I don't know if I would say it's 750 watts, but for the price right now, they have a coupon code. It's not my code. I do have a coupon code that will work for, I believe, $250 off. I will put it down below in the description after their current Black Friday sale coupon expires. But their current Black Friday coupon is for $268 off of this model. And currently you can get this model, which is the gray. I believe it's, they call it the gray, gunmetal gray or something. But you can get this one for $899, which is a pretty good deal for a 4-inch fat tire bike that has a 12.8 amp hour battery. Yeah, 12.8 amp hour battery. And like I said, 750 watt motor, but take that with a grain of salt. I feel like it's more of a 500 watt motor that's peaking at 750. I show that in my review video, but this has been one of the best selling bikes from my channel, just based on what people buy when they see the videos and stuff. And I was really surprised by that, but it's a pretty good deal in my opinion for the $899. Now I know they had some, this is the Angui EP2 Pro. I don't even think I mentioned that at the beginning, guys, but they also do have an Angui Engine Pro, which also is $268 off. I didn't put that in this video because, you know, it's still, I think, $1,300 or $1,400 after the coupon. And I felt like this is a more bang for your buck, so to speak. Now, the Engine Pro is definitely a nicer bike. It has dual suspension and also has a 750 watt motor with regen braking. And I show that in full detail on how the regen braking works. If you guys want to see that video, make sure you check it out. But I just felt like this one was more bang for the buck. Now, originally, like I was going to say, I've seen on some of the forums that they were originally having problems with some of these controllers, I think. Some people were saying their controllers were burning out, and I don't know if they fixed that in their current versions, but I haven't had any problems with this. I think whenever I seen that post on their forums, they did specify a model number on the controller for the better controller, and that's what was in this bike. So like I said, I haven't had a problem on this. My 6'6" father-in-law rode this bike on the bike trail for, I don't know, 15 miles or 20-mile trip that we went on one day, and pulled him around no problem. He loved the bike. This is one of my fastest bikes with just throttle. I don't know if they're going to change that in the future or if they already did, but when I tested this out, and if you see my review video, I actually say in there like this bike is super fast, because it really is super fast. Not a ton of power, but if you don't have a lot of hills in your area, that's maybe why so many of them sold. And this bike had the plastic fenders, but most of the, I think, current versions, I think this was only like a limited time they put these on. Most of the current versions, I believe, have metal fenders on them with support brackets in the back. So that was one difference. And I do have the small Angui bag on here. If you see my, I don't know if it was the community post or on the Angui Engine Pro, I actually sort of reviewed both of these bags really quickly on the Engine Pro. That one and their other bag that is really similar to the Rock Bros bag. So if you guys want to see more about those bags, I think this one was really cheap on Amazon when I did the video. I'm not sure what the price is right now, but there's a link down below also in the description of all my accessories I use. So if you guys are interested in that, it's an Amazon affiliate link. And like I said, disclaimer, if you do use that, I do make a small commission at no extra cost to you. But those are all the accessories that I've purchased and used over the past 2 years, the ones that I really like and recommend that have held up good. So everything from cell phone holders to bags to some tools I use and things like that. So make sure you guys check that out. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all back in here. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I haven't been monitoring them much, but you want to show the Kent? Oh yeah, let me move some of these out of the way so my son can get his little e-bike in here. But if you guys are looking, I wasn't going to throw this one in this video, but it is a good deal. I don't have an affiliate link for it down below. I can possibly put a link for it. If not, just go to Walmart's website. They're strictly sold on Walmart, but he has a Kent kids electric bike, which is normally $500, and right now for their Black Friday sale is $400. And I'll let him tell a little bit about it, and then I'll jump in there if there's anything I think should be added. But it is actually one of the best, or actually not the best, the only really kid-friendly electric bikes that is like a regular bicycle with gears that you're able to shift through different gears. And just really cool if you want to get your kids out, get your family out on the bike trail and things like that. So go ahead, bud, you can grab it. And while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and read through some of these comments here.
Yep, right there. Stand behind it.
Are you talking about it?
I don't know.
Tell us about it. What bike is it?
I forget what it's called.
Really?
If it has a different name or something?
Yeah, look
Kent. Kent Torpedo.
Yeah.
Look here. Tell them what bike
All right,
it is.
so
How old
he's a little shy. Go ahead. You want to tell him?
Yeah. I'm 8 years old and I'm like 4 foot, maybe 4'2" tall. And I fit on this bike pretty good. I mean, like when I step over it, I really barely touch the ground, but I could still ride it. It's just like if I try to touch the ground with my toes, I could barely do it, or else like I'll hit the frame. So.
But you're an experienced rider. You race BMX. So.
Yeah.
So he might be a little on the smaller end for this bike, but he's a very experienced rider. When he has shoes on, he's a little bit more able to get on there. Now, the only thing about this bike is it does have a smaller battery. I believe it's right around a 5 amp hour or 5 point something amp hour battery. I've put it in my review, guys, but you can order those batteries separately. In my opinion, for the size of the battery, they're a little expensive, but right now for the price of the bike, for $400 for a kid's electric bike, it's a great deal. Check out my full review video on there. We even took it on the bike trail, I believe, in one of the videos and showed riding it on there, and it did great. I forget how many miles we went, but it's really nice because it does have the 7-speed shifter up front, or actually a 6-speed shifter. Yeah, it has 6-speed shifter that you can shift down through the gears, so it's kind of like a regular bike. It is a little bit heavy. I can't remember exactly how many pounds it is. I mean, not too bad, but great little kids electric bike that's actually, like I said, $100 off right now for 400 bucks. So once I get this video done, maybe I'll put the link down there for that. But if not, like I said, I think it's sold on Walmart's website only. So you guys can just go to walmart.com and find this bike and pick one up if you would like one of these. But he actually likes riding the Macwheel LNE 16. He fits really good on that as well. That bike does not have any gears, but it is a great bike. He loves that bike. I think it has a bigger battery. I think 7.5 amp hour battery. I don't know how many miles exactly it goes on the bike trail. We haven't done that test yet, but between those two, I mean, he rides them both, but he likes them both. The Macwheel LNE 16, I think, has more power and a little bigger motor, bigger battery, slightly more money than that one, but it doesn't have any gears. So if you want your kid to ride like a regular bike, shift through gears, and still, you know, have basically a regular style bike, then that Kent would be good, especially for the $400 price point. All right, haven't really had a chance to see too many.
Somebody keeps asking about a Seagull.
Seagull?
Yeah, Seagull bike.
Preston nailed it, buddy. Thank you, C. Parker.
Is the Ecotric Seagull 1000 watt a good bike?
Ecotric Seagull. I'm not sure. Acermatic. I'm not sure if it is. I haven't had an Ecotric to compare yet. Maybe I'll get one next year to compare and to do some testing on it. But like I said, merely this video is based on the deals of the bikes that I've tested, that I am familiar with. I won't recommend or test, you know, I won't recommend any bikes that I haven't physically tested, because that's just not me. I mean, if I can't physically ride them and see what kind of power they have, see how they do on hills, speed, things like that, then I don't include them in my videos. I've actually had a few companies reach out to me to do like a promotional video for their bikes that I don't have, and I told them no, because if I don't have them, I'm not going to make a video and say how good or how bad they are. Just like the Magicycle, they originally, before they were actually physically produced, they were still in like a pre-production stage, wanted me to make a video on them. I told them no, not until the bike is released and I get a chance to test it will I make a video. But that's just the way I do things, guys. All right, let's get this one back in here. And last chance if you guys have any more questions on any of these, and I will pull them up here, show you guys up close if you guys want to see more detail of them or anything. But last chance before we get off here, guys. I appreciate all of you tuning in. Like I said, I'll update in the description any of the prices of any of these bikes after the Black Friday sale. If I keep this video live, if I don't mark it private, I might still keep it live because there was a lot of good information here. Please comment if you have any further questions. Considering the Heybike for my 11-year-old son, do you think the bike would be a good fit for a kid?
It really depends on how tall they are.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it depends on their capabilities and how big they are, because one thing that's nice is you can go in the controller of the Heybike and you could turn down the different levels to match, you know, the percentage of power output, so you can regulate it pretty good. But come here, bud. My 8-year-old son, obviously yours is going to be a lot bigger, but it is a big bike. It's not, it's not small by any means. So
The frame's almost as tall as the
yeah, and it does have a suspension seat post on here, which makes it sit up higher. You could put a regular post in there and get the seat down lower, but
I'm not like that, but do you have any video of me on that bike? Because I'm only 5'3.5", so if his son's
yeah, I'm not.
that big.
I don't know if I have video of you on this or not. I think I might, but I'm not sure. I mean, it really all depends on your son's capabilities and how big he is. Like I said, my son's an advanced rider. He races BMX, so he's more than capable of riding any of these bikes. It's just a size thing for him. So Radley Fisher wants to know what my favorite bike is. So my favorite bike between the first of all, that's a hard question. And my favorite bike between these or my favorite bike between just all the ones I have?
Well, just tell us what it would be out of these.
So out of these bikes, man, that's really a hard call. I would say I would probably say maybe Magicycle first, but that's only because it has the most power and the biggest battery. You're going to get a lot of range out of it. Ariel Radial is a very good quality built bike. Oh, another thing, and one of the reasons why one of my buddies bought one of these, and he's an older fella, he wanted something that was nice and lightweight, and I believe these are just over 50 some pounds, so really nice lightweight bike, really minimalistic. This Ariel Radial does not have a display. That's one thing to keep in mind. I think there's a guy on YouTube, Randy Rides, I believe it was, that put out a video of him adding an egg rider display on these bikes, and it unlocked a little bit more speed. I'm not sure what's involved in that. You'd have to watch his video, but apparently it is able to accept that egg rider display. But man, electric's been a really good bike for me too. It's really hard decision. Heybike's nice because of the big battery and the comfort of it. But with the comfort package, with the current deal on the electric, it's pretty good too. It's really going to be all depending on what you're looking for and what you're needing in a bike. I particularly like a faster speed than the Heybike. Like I said, the newer Heybike Ranger has a faster speed than this one. It's a tough decision. Rad Mini 4 versus electric versus Heybike, your pick. Well, I haven't had the Rad Mini 4 to do any testing and comparison, so I can't really comment on that. But I would say between the electric versus the Heybike, I would probably go electric because electric has a higher top speed. You can unlock it to a Class 3 e-bike. Very good customer service. Not that Heybike doesn't. I don't have any experience with their customer service, but I have had electrics for a long time. Haven't had really any issues other than my original electric, which needed a new motor in the back, which they supplied no problem under warranty. I would say electric, but like I said, I haven't had an opportunity to review any of the Rads. I know Rad's been out for a long time and have seemed to be like pretty good bikes for a lot of people, but sorry, I can't really comment on the Rads because I haven't had one. How much discount can I get off if I buy one Magicycle? If you use my coupon code Melanie down below in the description, there's a coupon code down there. It's actually better than their Black Friday deal, and you can get it for $13.99 with my coupon code, and you'll get the free Pannier bag and the one free Christmas Lucky bag with that deal. I did confirm with them that if they used my coupon code instead of the Black Friday deal code, if they would still get these accessories, and they did confirm with me that you would still get the 2 free accessories with that deal. But $13.99 is the lowest price that you can currently get that bike for. When I first got it and first did my first video on it, you could get it at that time for $1,250 just because they were trying to get their name out there, which was a great deal. When they had an Indiegogo campaign, you could actually get that bike for $1,000 if you were willing to take the chance on Indiegogo and actually believed in it. For the people that did, they got a great deal. If you guys don't know what Indiegogo is, it's basically like a crowdfunding thing where companies will, you know, they'll put their product out there really cheap to get their name out there, to get money for production and things like that in advance. And then when the bikes are produced, you get yours at a good discount. But sometimes those companies fall through and they don't end up making the product, and then you're out of your money. So it's a chance to take, but the people that did take the chance on the Magicycle, it was a really good deal. Okay, anybody else here? You got awesome videos. Thanks, Deanna. I appreciate that. I have a lot of time and a lot of work invested in just filming, editing, uploading, things like that. So I appreciate all of you that actually get, you know, benefit and like my content. If you guys do, please leave comments below any of my videos. That is the main thing other than the watch time. The watch time is the most important thing for my channel. Leaving comments and leaving likes is the second most important thing, along with sharing the videos, which really helps my channel grow. So if you're like me and just want to get that content out there to teach people, to help people learn about e-bikes and about what they are, just trying to help people get out there and get some exercise while seeing the outdoors and just having fun, please share the videos, please comment, please subscribe. That's all the things that are going to help make my channel grow and get this information out there for others. I'm looking to buy. Which one of the folding bikes would you recommend over others? Right now, the electric's a really good deal with the extra features you get with it. Like I said, watch the beginning of this live stream if you haven't been here the whole way through. I go over some of the differences. Heybike's a good deal too with the bigger battery. That's one of the benefits over it. If it wasn't the Black Friday sale, this one is a little bit more comfortable because of the suspension seat post and the seat and things. But they're both really good deals. Like I said, the only limiting factor to electric would be the smaller battery. Now, you could buy an additional battery for $300 for the electric. The only problem is then you need a way to transport it and a way to carry it. With that being said, if you don't plan on riding more than 15 to 20 miles per trip, then you'll be fine with the 9.6 amp hour battery that's in there for the most part, depending on your size, the rider size, weight, hills, terrain, things like that. But for the most part, I get 18 miles at least out of the 9.6 amp hour battery in my area on level ground. I'm sure I'd get further. I haven't tested a long range test out on the 9.6 amp hour battery, but like I said, I did with the 10.4. Any suggestions on comfortable seats, Cloud9? Yes, Steve, good question. The seat I recommend the most is actually the one that I have right here in the Ariel Rider Ideal. If you go down below in the description of this video and go to my Amazon affiliate store, basically it shows all the accessories I use. This is the Cloud9 Select Comfort seat with the hole in the middle. This is the one that I recommend out of all the seats that I've tried so far. I haven't tried all of them. A lot of people like the Bikearoos. Seats are going to be different for everyone, and for everybody's comfort level, there's going to be, you know, you might try this and hate it. I've loved this seat. It's the best of all the seats that I have on any of the bikes. There's a few that are a little bit close, but this has been the one I like. Make sure you do not get the wrong Cloud9, because some of the other ones that do not have the hole are not as comfortable in my opinion. I have tested them, but this is the one that I recommend. I'm actually probably going to mount this eventually on my Redshift seat post, and that's going to be my go-to seat, and just going to swap it into each one of my bikes as I'm riding it. The only downfall is they do have the springs in the back of the seat, which does make it a little bit big, but it's definitely by far, in my opinion, the most comfortable. But when you don't want to use a suspension seat post, and that's actually why I have it in this ride deal, is because I had a suspension seat post in here, but it made me sit up too high. But with just this seat, it is pretty comfortable without a suspension seat post.
Somebody asked which bike would fit them at 5'4". I'd say I'm not mic'd up. I'd say the electric step through.
Yeah, somebody wanted to know 5'4", which one would be the best for the height. I would definitely say the electric step through. The seat height on this electric is actually probably the lowest of all the bikes. And with the Black Friday deal, you do get the suspension seat post, which does make the seat sit up about 3 inches higher. But if you put a regular seat post on there, you should be fine with this. But if not, you can always put a regular seat post on there and get the seat post to go down a few more inches even yet. So this is the one that's going to have the lowest seat height. But I think that's going to be probably about it for tonight. Going to buy a powerful bike for my boyfriend. Which bike has the best value under $1,500? He is 6'1". By far, the most powerful bike out of all these is the Magicycle 52 volt, 750 watt motor. Right now with my coupon code, not the Black Friday deal, you can get it for $13.99. That's by far the most powerful bike of all these. Electric step through weighs 64 pounds. Yes, if you mount the front rack and baskets, it's going to add another, I believe, 12 or 13 pounds. Let's see. How bad of weather, wet or cold, can you ride your e-bikes in without killing the bike? Well, as far as the cold goes, do not store your batteries in freezing cold temperatures. You want to keep them inside, keep the batteries warm. You don't want to charge them when they're super cold. You don't want to charge them directly after your ride. You want them to sit for at least a half hour or so, let them equalize, and then charge them when you get back from a ride, because you don't want to charge them while they're hot either. You can ride them in the cold. You're going to get less range. As far as weather goes, I mean, there's electronics here, guys. Even though all these bikes are pretty much weather resistant, they're not waterproof. I would be, there's a little bit less on the Ariel Rider because of there's really no display, or the controller looks pretty waterproof. But some of the other ones, I would be cautious of getting those controller, you know, where you can control your PAS levels. I'd be cautious of getting those wet. Your display is wet. They can handle somewhat of a water scenario, but anytime you're dealing with electronics, guys, I would be very cautious. When I ride, I carry a Ziploc bag with me, a couple of them with some rubber bands, and if I ever get caught in the rain, which thankfully I have, I've only got caught in the rain twice, and it wasn't really heavy. It was just a little sprinkle, so I was fine. But I would put a Ziploc bag just out of caution over my controller, over my display, and throw that rubber band around there just to keep the water off of them, because you know, you don't really want to get things wet. I mean, you can have problems. The new Electric 2.0 is a little bit more water resistant than the original one. There was some upgrades they made to that. But like I said, anytime you have electronics involved, I would be cautious. Could you please show more details of the Magicycle? Sure. Is there anything in particular you would like to see? I mean, you guys can go on my detailed review video, and in there is very, very detailed, very detailed I try to get up close shots of everything on the bike and show everything in detail when I do my videos. This bike has very nice color display on it. One of the best displays of all my e-bikes, to be honest. Very easy usability on the display, which I show in my video. Like I said, when you buy this bike, it does not come with the front rack, but everything else here pretty much comes on this bike as you see it. It comes with the, yeah, the coupon's down below in the description. It's $200 off.
Yeah, that's it. It's all in the, look at the thing. That's what he's asking them.
So I can get McIntosh $200 off and free gift. Yes, you can. If you, I confirmed with them, and they did tell me that if you, when they came out with the Black Friday deal and it wasn't quite as good as my coupon code, I asked them, I said, if people use my coupon code, will they still get the free pannier and the free accessory bag? And they did tell me yes. So according to them, from what they told me, you would still get the Black Friday deal. You could always ask them ahead of time just to make sure, but from what they told me, if you use my coupon code, you will get the $200 off the $15.99 price, which will put it down to $13.99, and you will get the free pannier bag and the free gift pack. The Xmas, I forget what they call it, lucky bag, I guess. So, other than that, yeah, this bike has a 750 watt Shang-Yi motor. I believe that's how you say it. Has been really good and powerful. It's the same, it seems like the same motor that my Snapcycle uses. Let's see what else. Pretty good derailleur, Shimano Altus derailleur, which is a little bit above entry level. one thing I did want to mention about this, guys, when I put this front rack on here, I seen somebody else put one on that they ran their wires down through here. I just put a little zip tie behind to keep the wires. I didn't make it real tight, but if you do not use a zip tie, the wires seem to come over here, and then when you turn the handlebars this way, they get stuck. So I just put a little zip tie here to keep the wires somewhat in line there. And you can see here, it works perfect with the rack. Them wires hang out right behind the rack, don't get in the way of anything. But I do like this rack. It looks like there's some holes here that you can mount something up there possibly. I'm not quite sure if I don't think they have any additional accessories for that, but it's a really nice lightweight aluminum rack. Thank you. It's lucky to be your viewer. Always get the best deal from your channel. Thank you, Wrong. That's one thing. A lot of companies will reach out to me asking me to review their bikes, and that's one of the first questions I ask them is, can I get a coupon code for my viewers? And I'm just trying to get you guys the best deal. I try to, if there's ever a time that my coupons don't work, please put it down below. Leave a comment. I try to reach out to them again sometimes and try to reinstate it like I did with the Angui. It was only good for so long. I reached out to them. They reinstated the coupon. So I try to keep a good value here for you guys. Trust me, I'm one of the most frugal people you will find. So when I'm looking to purchase something or buy something, I'm the same way. I do tons of research, watch a million videos, look at every coupon, every option I have, and try to get the best bang for my buck. So when when I do my videos, I look at what I would want to know if I were to be the one purchasing the bike, the questions I had or have, and those are the type of things I try to show. And like I said in the beginning, I just now realized that a lot of people don't know anything about e-bikes and even how they work. So I might put a video about that in the future. So what's in the lucky bag? I'm not quite sure, Melanie. They didn't say. I know originally they told me there was going to be so many accessories included with their Black Friday deal, but then they came out with a deal with the pannier and the lucky bag. So I have no idea what's in that bag. Even if it's really nothing of value, it's still a great deal for the bike, and you do get that pannier bag, which looks to be like a pretty good pannier bag. However, you do only get one pannier bag, so you don't get both. You're only going to have one for one side, I believe, so you might have to purchase the other side if you want one on each side to match. I like the Walmart cheap bike. Let's see. I could afford to have it stolen and still have money left over to buy a $1,200 bike. Yeah, I mean, they might be good. I haven't tried one of them out. I just tested out a cheap Amazon bike that was like 600 bucks. 600, I think it was under 600 with the coupon, but then after you paid shipping, it was like 630 or 640. That's the last video I just posted. It was pretty decent. I mean, there was a lot of things, like it didn't have a removable battery that was swappable and things like that, but for an entry-level person just wanting a bike to ride around, it wasn't a bad deal, in my opinion. I mean, it did have some flaws, but which I showed in my video with the where you mount the back rack, the things were loose when I went to tighten the bolts up. Wasn't really a big deal, but like I said, I show everything in my videos if it's a problem. Can we change the phone on Magicycle display? Not sure what you mean change the phone. Oh, charge the phone? Yeah, there's a USB-C, or not USB-C, a USB charge port underneath the Magicycle display. I think that's what you mean. Yes, there is a charge port right underneath. You could take that plug out right here and charge your cell phone from that. I think most of the bikes, when they have these, are only like 1 amp, so it's not going to be super fast charging, but yes, you can. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a 48 volt, 30 amp hour battery. Have you ever hooked up a secondary battery? No, I have not yet. I haven't had the need to, but I have been looking into a few different options, and they do make a piece that you can buy that actually switches between the batteries and selects which one you need. There is some things there you want to do for caution. Caution. If you do that, you don't want to just hook them up. Would be bad for your batteries. It could be, so you want to use the right pieces. I might do something like that in a future video maybe, but haven't really had the need to. Let's see. Installed zoom cable actuated hydraulic calipers on my Magicycle, $50, no noise, better stopping. Yeah, that's the same ones I installed on my electric. If you guys want to see exactly like a super detailed video of how those brakes work compared to standard brakes, watch my electric XP hydraulic brake upgrade video. It shows you in detail me changing them, how the standard ones work, how the hydraulic calipers work. They're still cable actuated, so you don't have to change any of this. But yeah, that's the ones I was planning on possibly putting on here. I like the red one, lightweight. I don't need a long range. I don't need long range or a lot of power. Well, actually, with the red one, the Ariel Radial, you still get a pretty good range because you get a 14 amp hour battery and good power with a 750 watt motor. So you really, that's why this is in this deal, in this video, because you do get a lot of bang for your buck with this bike with the Ariel Rider. You get a big battery, especially with this price. I've never seen it this low at $899. So 14 amp hour battery, 750 watt motor. Like I said, the only downfall of this bike would be, I believe it's like 21, 22 miles per hour top speed on the production model. You do not get a display, so you don't see your speed or things like that. It still does have a 6-speed shifter, so you do have gears that you can shift through, which is a big benefit over something like the Rad. I think it's the Rad. What's the Rad version of this? The Rad City something or other. I can't remember the name exactly, but you don't get any gears with that one. You do get gears with this one and a bigger battery. Like I said, the only downfall that I wish this bike would have, but it would probably cost more money, would be like an LCD display and a little bit of a faster top speed. I would have liked to seen that. But other than that, this is a great bike for the value, in my opinion. Thoughts on the Yami Fat Bear? I haven't reviewed any Yamis. I did see, they did reach out to me recently and ask me if I wanted to review a, not the Yami, but the, oh, I can't think of the name right now, guys. It's one of their other bikes. I did go on the Yami website, and it looked like all the Yamis were sold out. So I don't know if they're still going to carry the Yamis or not. The Yamis looked like a little bit of a better version than the bike that they were talking about sending me. I might get the one that, I'm sorry, guys. I can't, right off the top of my head, I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, $899 for this bike right now, guys. I don't know how much longer that's going to last. And I don't know how long shipping is on this. Like I said, I didn't really check to see shipping on these. Make sure you guys check that beforehand. If maybe some of them are pre-orders or back orders or things like that. I'm not really sure, guys, but make sure you do your research before you order any of these. Can you change the LCD display on the Rad deal? There was a guy, Randy Rads, that put an egg rider display on here, so I'm assuming you can. I've never done it. Ratton or Palerna. Ratton, well, I haven't had the opportunity to review either of those. I believe Ratton, maybe Ratton was the one that, yeah, I think Ratton's the other brand of Yami. I think Yami and Ratton maybe are the same, sort of the same company maybe. I'm not sure. I think Ratton was one of the ones I might be getting. I'm not quite sure, but I might have the opportunity to test one of those out. Haven't had the opportunity to test Palerno. Like I said, guys, I'm probably going to have a lot more bikes to test next year, I'm hoping. Never know what the future is going to hold. Never know what bikes I'm going to get to test. Hopefully I get a lot more next year so that I could do some real world testing on them, putting them through the paces like I do with all my bikes, on hills, on speed, on just how they work. So hopefully I can relay some more information to all of you next year on some new bikes. A couple, well, I will mention this, a couple that I would hope to get maybe in the future would be Hemingway. I think they're coming out with some new versions here in the next few weeks. I think they're coming out with a new bike. Maybe I'd like to get one of those. What was that other one that looked like it had a really good range? Be Cool Bikes. Looks like they had some really good range for the price. Really big batteries and things like that. Look like really good bikes. Like I said, haven't had the opportunity to test any of those. Maybe those are some that I could test in the future because I think maybe they might bring some good bang for the buck here on this channel. But we'll see next year, guys. Well, and I might get some more this year. I could do some live streams inside with them, go over some things, and then might have to just wait for some nice days to do the test ride because the snow's started flying here already, guys. It's been cold out. We had a nice day this week. I did the ride test on the new electric bike company Model E, which is a USA built bike, which is unbelievable. Very good quality. If you've seen my Instagram posts, that's another thing, guys. Make sure you join my Instagram for behind the scenes videos, footage, not so much videos, just quick story clips, pictures, some previews before I post videos, trying to build that up, guys. So, and make sure you guys join that. There's a link in the description for my link tree, which will show you my Instagram, and I have a Facebook page. Don't really do a whole lot on the Facebook page, but anything I post to Instagram goes on there if you guys don't have an Instagram. So check those out. Is that real? Magicycle bikes are built in their own factory? I believe it is. I mean, I've never been there, obviously, but from all my research and things that I've done, it seems like they do have their own factory, and I do believe that's why they can come out with such a great deal on the bikes. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention about Magicycle, which I do believe they have coming on the upgrade. On my bike, there is no off switch on the battery, so when you do take the battery off and let it sit for a while and go to reconnect it, it does make a spark. They are making, so people had concerns about that. They said it was no issue, but being that people were concerned, they are making a shut-off switch for the battery adapter where the battery mounts that you could turn off when you put your battery on, which is going to prevent that. And they said they would send them to anybody that was having that issue. So first of all, that's a great thing about them, that they're willing to, you know, design and fix their issues if there is any, if people are concerned. And I'm hoping in the future they, which I think they said they are going to do some upgrades, whether it be to the battery or whether it be just include that switch on their future models. But that's really nice that they are willing to, you know, work with people that have concerns and fix issues, even if they're not really a super big issue. And I know I was a little bit concerned at first. It was a decent sized spark because, you know, probably because it's 52 volt. But I took off some batteries on my other bikes and installed them, and I noticed some of the other ones that didn't have an off switch on the battery, they did the same. You just couldn't quite maybe hear it as much or see it as much just because of the way the batteries are designed on some of the other bikes, but they did, you could still hear it if you listened. So, I mean, they were right by saying some other bikes do this too, but in my opinion, I think all bikes should have shut-off switches on the batteries. That's just my opinion. If you take the batteries off, you're transporting them, you could turn off the power to the terminals. Did I screw up my bike if I don't use all my gears? No, absolutely not, Deanna. Just ride however you are comfortable. Let's see, any other things here before I go? The $400 kids bike, for me, 220 at 6.6, not the adult 650 cheap bike. Oh, yeah, I don't think 6.6 220 would be good on the Kent kids electric bike. I would go with something a little bit bigger for your size and weight. All right, guys, so I appreciate all of you that joined in. Please give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and it's just going to help this video. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I don't know how long I've been going here for, maybe an hour or so. Yeah, probably a little over an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I appreciate all of you watching in. Leave comments below after this video is done and published. If you want any more questions, I'll try to answer everything. Like I said, put in any more deals that you guys think are good for others, because that's basically just the information I like to get out there for all of you looking for a bike. And I will see you guys around on the next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit them bell and turn the notifications on your phone so that my next live streams I do, make sure you turn on the YouTube notifications and go into YouTube notifications and select what you want to be notified of so that you get notified on my next videos or live streams. And I will see you guys around on the next one. I appreciate all of you. And my goal is 100,000 subscribers because my son wants me to get one of those plaques. So far from it at almost 20,000, but very grateful for all 19,400 and some of you right now. So see you guys around. Thanks for watching, everyone.